What's good, Master Duel fans? James here again. At the time recording that this video is getting posted, first of all, what I should have done is the picture change. The next set of videos is going to be a picture change as of the following week, or the more following videos to be made. That's going to be changed to either Teardrop or Princess, one of the two, at the time this happens. And then, of course, based off from this hand, as you notice, most of the votes, thanks to you viewers at home or wherever you are, you guys voted for me to play Rikka, aka Blooming in Adversity XZ Edition. So generally the idea about Rikkas is that they are a series of water plant monsters who are all about tributing in any shape or form. So with that being said, let us go over the in-depth guide of Rikkas. The archetype of Rikkas happens to be all water, as you guys noticed, and all plants, and again, as you noticed. And the idea how Rikkas work is that the turn you use any of the following effects based off from which Rikkas you used, you are locked into plants and nothing but plants. So with that being said, let us go over the archetype of Rikkas. So before we get things started, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. You guys know the good stuff. So Rikka Petal, level 1, no attack, no defense. Each of those effects of Rikka Petal is hard once. During your main phase, take one Rikka monster that isn't Petal and either add it to the hand or send it to the graveyard. So basically Amazon's Call of Rikka. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except plants. And then during your opponent's end phase, while this card is in your graveyard, if you control no monsters or all monsters are plants, free special from the graveyard. Primula, the Rikka Fairy. Level 4, 800 attack, 1800 defense. Each effect of Primula hard once. If a monster you control is tributed outside of the damage step, free special in defense. And then you can target up to 2 plant monsters you control, increase their levels by 2 until the end of this turn. Basically, XZ modulation between any of the 3 XZs normally, according to the archetypes. Cyclamen, the Rikka Fairy. Level 4, 1800 attack, 800 defense. And I literally noticed this. Primula and Cyclamen are basically inverse universe stats, or shield and sword stats. As for Cyclamen, you can tribute this card from your hand or face up on the field. Target up to 2 plant monsters you control, reduce their levels by 2 until the end of this turn. So basically this is meant to, once again, downgrade levels for you to fix in terms of any of the XZ plays involving these two normally. And then during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard just because it was tributed and sent there this turn, free special but banish whenever it leaves. And then Rikka Princess, level 4, no attack, no defense, just like Petal. During your main phase, free special Rikka Princess from your hand, but while it is face up, you can't special except plants. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect, while you control a Rikka monster as a quick effect, you can shuffle this card from your hand or graveyard into the deck and tribute one plant just to negate that effect. Each effect of Rikka Princess once. Mudan, the Rikka Fairy. Level 6, 1000 attack, 2400 defense. Okay, that is way too large of a heavy defender in terms of reverse monarch stats. You can tribute one plant monster, special to Moondon herself from your hand, and upon normal or special by the effect of a plant monster, self included, this lets you get a Rikka spell trap from deck to hand. Each effect of Moondon once. And then Erika, the Rikka fairy, level 6, monarch stats of 2400 attack, 1000 defense. And when it comes to Erika, when an attack is declared involving another plant type monster you control, you can tribute this card from your hand or face up field. That monster gains 1000 attack and defense until the end of this turn. And then if a plant monster's more than one you control is tributed while this card is in your graveyard outside of the damage step, free special from your graveyard in defense, but banish it whenever it leaves. So Erika and Cyclamen have the similarities in terms of graveyard effects, and to get around that banishing whenever it leaves, Exi Summon is the way to go. Snowdrop, the Rikka fairy. Each effect of Snowdrop once. You can tribute one plant monster, special summon both this card and one other plant from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except plants. And then you can target one plant monster you control. All plant monsters you currently control become that monster's level until the end of this turn. So basically, Snowdrop is essentially the Galaxy Queen's Light in terms of level modulation. As a level 8, 1200 attack, 2600 defense. And then Hellbore, the Rikka fairy. Level 8, 2600 attack, 1200 defense. And I literally realized this about the plant monsters. They are basically reverse stats. So Petal and Princess have no attack, no defense. Primula and Cyclamen is the reverse stats amongst each other. And then Moondon, Erika, reverse stats. And then Snowdrop, Hellbore, reverse stats amongst each other. Now, when it comes to Hellbore, the Rikka fairy, when your opponent activates a monster effect that targets a monsters you control more than one, as a quick effect, you can tribute this card from your hand or face up field, negate that effect. And then if this card is in your graveyard, tribute one plant, special this in defense, but banish it whenever it leaves the field. And then each effect of Hellbore once. The Rikka spells. Rikka Glamour. Upon activation, you can optional tribute one plant monster, add one Rikka from deck to hand, and if you did tribute a monster upon activation, add one plant with the same original level as that Rikka monster, but a different name. So basically, Fire Formation Tanky doubled if tributed. And then hard once on the activation. Rikka Flurries. Side effect. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, if you control a face-up non-plant, kill this card. The real case is, if a Rikka monster you control is tributed outside of the damage step, you can make your opponent tribute one monster they control, their choice. This effect of Flurries once. And then the field spell, Rikka Con. This is how you are able to out most things. If you control a Rikka monster, straight up set a Rikka spell trap from your deck to the field, and then once you use Con's setting effect, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except plants. And then the setting a Rikka spell trap is hard once, and then once per turn, if you would tribute a plant monster just to activate a Rikka card or effect, spell trap included, tribute any one face-up monster your opponent controls, even though you do not control it. Absolutely insane. Rikka Tranquility. When you activate this card, you can also tribute one plant monster, optional, special summon one Rikka monster from your grave in defense, then, if you did tribute, special one plant from your graveyard in defense, any plant of any kind. So basically, 1 to 2 plants being reborn. And Rikka Tranquility is hard once. Rikka Sheet. Hard once on Rikka Sheet. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Also, you can, optional, tribute one plant monster. Players cannot activate that face-up monster's effects anywhere on the field this turn. Then, if you did tribute, take control of that monster until the end phase. So this is essentially your Widow Anchor, but plant version. And then extra deck, the 3 Rikka Queens, Strenna, Kanzashi, and Teardrop. And then as for the stat lineup, Strenna, rank 4, 2000 flat both ways. Kanzashi, 2400 both ways. And Teardrop, 2800 both ways. Rank 6 for Kanzashi, rank 8 for Teardrop, and then rank 4 for Strenna. To level 4s in general to make it for Strenna. Kanzashi is 2 level 6s to make it, and Teardrop is 2 level 8s to make it in general. So all 3 are generic. Strenna. Detach 1, target 1 plant monster or Rikka card in general in your graveyard, spell trap included, add it to your hand. So Strenna is the recovery, and then if this card with Exceed material is tributed, special 1 rank 5 or higher plant Exceed monster from your extra deck, then you can, optional, attach this card to it, so +1 material. And then each effect of Strenna once. Kanzashi, the Rikka Queen. If a monster's more than 1 is tributed outside of the damage step, detach 1, target 1 monster in either graveyard, special it out, but negate its effects. Also, it is a plant monster. If a plant monster's more than 1 you control will be destroyed by a card effect, tribute 1 plant monster from your hand or field instead. Each effect of Kanzashi once. Teardrop. Detach 1, target 1 monster anywhere on the field, tribute it. Normally, that works on your turn. This can be a quick effect if the material you have is a plant monster. And then the detach effect of Teardrop once. And then each time a monster's more than 1 is tributed, extra 200 attack until the end of this turn. And then other than that, that is every single Rikka card covered. And in one of the opening hands that I have, Bababoon is one of those honorary plants. So when it comes to Bababoon, he has a featured effect where, as an honorary plant member, if this card is normal or special, draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand or on either top or bottom of the deck. So basically, the way how Bababoon works is he takes out the bad cards out of your hand and get the good cards in your hand. And then the fixing hands ability is not once a turn. And then the other effect, which isn't a once per turn thing, If this card gets killed by battle or card effect, special summon any number of Baboons from your deck. And with this hand, let's get to it. Set a monster and set a back row and pass. Normal Baboon. There's the Ash. Activate Flurries. Activate Con. Princess for the special. Glamour. Getting Snowdrop. Snowdrop. Tribute Baboon. Primula. Snowdrop. Exi Shoken into Strenna. And keep this in mind, this is the first time ever in my entire life on Master Duel playing Rikka. So what I should have done for Con specifically is the part where instead of the first main phase, it should have been the second main phase, because you never know in the future when evenly matched is gonna get dropped. So this should have been used on main phase 2 specifically. But the case is Con, setting the sheet, Strenna, detach Princess, get the Glamour back, glossed out Glamour, Strenna over Ash, and pass. Cosmic Cyclone, banishing the sheet, and Perm on Strenna. Okay, to be fair, when that impermanence was used just now, I thought I swore it was going to be either Lady Labyrinth or Lord of the Heavenly Prison, but turns out the Iris Swordsoul is a card. Context is, the first line of text says so about Iris herself, which I rarely in my entire life never got that effect off, which is during the main phase, if a monster whose effects are negated is on the field, anywhere by the way, as a quick effect, free special the Iris. Now, if you guys remembered how I once used Iris in my Charmer variant builds, Iris is absolutely nuts. So if you guys know, then you know. Princess, shuffle back, she beats Strenna. Oh, and by the way, when it comes to Strenna, in terms of tributing while it has material, we have a limited amount of options when it comes to the extra deck choices. And before anyone says anything about, am I playing the Sun Avalon builds or like a different variation of the builds, guys, I am all about the in-depth guide about how certain archetypes work. And with that being said about Strenna, we have the limited amount of options when it comes to plant XYZs in general. So according to Strenna, rank 5 or higher. So most cases, we have Kanzashi, Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter, Queen of the Night, Teardrop that we knew about, and Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton. So, to go over the in-depth of the current plant XYZs that we have based off from the investment. Glossed out, Aurea, the Sylvan High Arbiter. A super rare, rank 7, dark plant XYZ. For some reason, I don't know why it's a plant. Soft once per turn, I think, for Aurea's effects. Yep, soft once per turn. Send one plant type monster from your hand or face up from your side of the field to the graveyard. look at the number of cards from the top of your deck equal to the level that the sent monster had in the hand or on the field. So what this allows you to do is to fix your entire deck or stacking the deck to rearrange it so that you can wish to put cards on the top of the deck in any order. You guys might be wondering, why is that effect there for in the first place? Good question. The other effect is soft once per turn, detach one, choose a number from 1 to 3, excavate that many cards from the top of your deck, send any excavated plant monsters to the graveyard, and if you do, return up to that many cards on the field to the hand, minimum of 1 that isn't Aurea. Also, place the other cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. So basically, the bounce back cards does not target, which is nuts. Queen of the Night, aka number 87. Rank 8, who is also a water plant. 3200 attack, 2800 defense for Queen of the Night, while Aurea's status, 2800 attack, 2500 defense. As for Queen of the Night, once per turn, as a quick effect, detach one, activate one of those effects. Target one set spell trap your opponent controls. While this card is face up, that said card cannot be activated. So basically, Fire Formation Gyoku. Target one plant monster anywhere on the field. Change that target to face down, so Book of Moon versus plant variant decks, or target one face up monster anywhere on the field, extra 300 attack. And then Sacred Tree Beast Hyperiton, a super rare rank 9 Earth Plant Exe, 2600 attack, 1900 defense. And 2 level 9s in general to make it, but Strenna can help you out with that one. When it comes to Hyperiton, or most cases some would rather say VF Tree, during your turn specifically, when you activate a card or effect as a quick effect, target one card of the same type in your graveyard +1 material. And then during your opponent's turn specifically, when a card or effect is activated, you can detach one of the same type, monster, spell, or trap from this, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that. So Omni negate and destroy it in terms of same card type. And then each effect once. So Iris Attempt, and then Strenna or Princess negate, Strenna tribute to negate Iris. Strenna triggers was about to go into VF Tree and then opponent scoot. So it's just a little bit of a short and simple on the in-depth guide of Rikka. Of course, more lessons and interactions will be played in the near future for you guys. So stay tuned in terms of platinum matchups. Once again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we'll catch you guys next time.